not a whole lot to say, and Blazers kind of sucked, but I guess we could talk about what we want to see in this offseason. And we're not super fine-tuned in our free agency knowledge, contracts, this, that. I'm not updated on who's in the draft this year, who's really available.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I do know is we have a guy named CJ McCollum, just talked about him, and he's kind of in the middle of this tough situation right now where we might trade him, we might not. What do you think about that?
It kills me to say it because I've always loved CJ. Even when we first drafted him, his rookie season, I was like, he's a solid player, especially for the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah.
Especially for the Portland Trailblazers. He's a very solid player to have on our roster. But that kind of hype behind him almost gave me the idea that he was better than he was. I was expecting more out of him than what he could deliver.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, and it took me about a year and a half to realize and to come to this thought is you know what? We really don't need CJ. He's not a necessity to the Blazers. Yes, he does help out a lot. He's a great offensive player. He's an iffy defensive player.
Very iffy.
It's like we picked up Rocco, and he's a better defender. I would even say Derrick Jones Jr. is a better defender than CJ.
Easily. Yeah.
I could easily say that, you know? And so it's you have to consider both sides of the game, offense and defense. In offense, he's capable, but not reliable.
Mm-hmm. He's
and that's
streaky,
He's very streaky, and that's what I realized. And it took me, 5 seasons to realize that he's a very streaky player. It's because when he's hot, he'll have 3 games in a row where he'll give any team 35 points.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then there'll be an 8-game streak where he's not getting over 10 points. And so comparing, and it's hard to compare him to Dame because Dame is the player that even if he doesn't give out 30 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, which is around what he
averages, literally.
Even if he doesn't do that, he does contribute to the game on a different level than CJ could ever do. Dame's just a leader, you know? And a leader is someone who puts up the numbers that they're supposed to. 36 and 5 for Dame. That's what I would say. If he doesn't do that, he's doing the most he can to lead his team to get to that number, at least. He's trying to get... If Dame's having an off night, I noticed this. If Dame's having an off night, Gary Trent Jr. is busting his ass. And it sucks we lost him. I'm still so mad we lost him. I loved Gary Trent. He was a dog.
He was the definition of a dog.
He just had a chip on his shoulder.
He did.
And so going back to comparing him to CJ, is Dame is just a little bit, actually a lot of bit more reliable than CJ.
Yes, a lot of bit.
I'd count on CJ to contribute 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. That's what I expect from CJ. And that's not a lot to expect from the caliber of player that CJ is.
Yeah.
He's been an all-star, right?
No, he hasn't.
Not yet.
He's put up all-star numbers.
He's put up all-star numbers.
It's hard to be an all.
Yeah.
In the East, he would have been an all-star by now.
I would say so. So it's like, I want CJ to do as good as he can, but I'm not gonna put my money on it. I don't bet real money on basketball games yet. I just don't know enough yet. Right. Once I do, I will. But CJ's not someone I'd put my money on. On the other hand, Dame is someone that I would put my money on.
For sure.
It's just if Dame's having an off night, he's still gonna give you 16 points.
Yeah, I was gonna add though, when Damian doesn't drop his 30, if he puts up 15 points and he's shooting 3 for 17 from the field, he makes it up by getting 12 assists. Or he recognizes who's the guy on fire and he gets them the ball and makes the plays for them. And that's a true leader, and he's in a caliber of player where he's I would say him, LeBron, There's like James Harden. Like there's these level of elite playmakers in the NBA who, when they're not feeling it, they can get their other guys involved and lead a team to a win.
Yeah.
In a way that there's only a handful of players who can do that, and Dame's one of them. You know.
Yeah, I feel like Dame's one of those guys who brings the best out of their team. You know.
Right.
CJ just isn't there yet. Maybe we could put him on a team like the Pistons right now or something, where he could bring out the best of other players because he's already above a level that they're not on. Like, I don't think the Pistons have anyone, like, right now, or at least at the end of their season, that I was like, oh,
no.
You know, like, whoa, he's popping off on the Pistons. But, like, I feel like CJ is the type of player that could go on the Pistons and then
go crazy.
Just, he could just be more CJ, you know. CJ's a really unique player in the fact that he's a great shot creator. And he's also really calm about it, too. So he's kind of sneaky about it. You know, you get players like Prime Carmelo. I would compare CJ now to Prime Carmelo in the fact that Prime Carmelo, you have to put your best defender on them. Whereas now CJ, you can get away with not putting your best defender on him. As a matter of fact, you're going to put your best defender on Dame.
Dude.
Yeah. And so, however, CJ on the Pistons, you're going to put your best player on CJ.
Yeah. Because he's the number one option.
Who else on the Pistons? I could be totally spacing on someone on the Pistons.
I don't think they have anything.
So that's kind of what I'm trying to say. You know, CJ's just not that player yet. I think he could be. I don't think he'll be. But he definitely could be that kind of player.
And you think in order to become that type of player, he should be moved to another team? Is that kind of the gist of it?
I would say, yeah. That's kind of what I'm getting to. It's like we don't need CJ. Blazers don't need CJ. For the last 7 seasons, yes, I would say we kind of did need CJ.
Yeah.
Whether he delivered or not. But now, Dame's at a different caliber than he was 2 years ago, I would say.
1 year ago.
Even 1 year ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure it was his most recent or his second most recent game, like playoff game, where he dropped
12 threes, broke the playoff record for threes.
Yeah. I think on paper that was the best playoff game ever.
It's one of them for sure.
Yeah.
In terms of stats, it's crazy.
CJ's just not that.
No.
Just not that guy, pal.
Yeah. You're just not that guy, pal.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Okay.
Are you?
Like a few years ago, like Dame was always better than CJ, but there were aspects of his game that he was missing that CJ complimented him, and now it's like, you're right. You broke it down so perfectly. I don't have much to add, but I will say, like, I don't think we need him anymore. There's times where we do, and it's helpful to have his level of scoring when he's dropping 30 for you. But it just balances out to where, like you said, he'll drop 10 points in one game and shoot 20% from the field, and he doesn't play any defense. He doesn't get his teammates involved. He chucks